Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a special edition that was launched in 2014 in 250 pieces. 46.2 millimeters in red gold. This is the IWC Big Pilot's Watch Edition Petit Prince. It is the reference 5009-09. So, 46.2 millimeters in diameter. This is a Big Pilot's watch. 16 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 56.1 millimeters. It has a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, it is more deluxe in many ways than a standard 5009. We'll go over those in a minute. But you can see on my wrist, it wears easily, quite comfortably, but large. It would fit in the sense that it'll stay put, and I can read it, but it is broad, too broad to be constrained within my wrist. So you're gonna have to wear it on a bigger wrist than mine, or be comfortable with lug overlap to wear this watch, because on a wrist my size or smaller, you're gonna have lugs that protrude beyond the edge of the wrist, and for a lot of folks, that's the no-go point for wrist size and watch size. Now, taking a quick look at what we've got here, you can see we have a deluxe IWC calfskin factory strap. It is ungouged, it is uncrimped, it is brand new. It's brown calf on the top, it is on the bottom a much darker brown calf, and it has a contrasting stitch, aviator style. You can see it's sheer cut on the side and very, very thick. They're not shorting you the leather. Take note that there is a full deployant clasp. Inside, it is media blasted and polished, and outside, it is satinated and polished. The case itself is mostly satin, though you can see there are polished bevels along the lugs in the mid case, and then the lip of the bezel abutting the sapphire is also polished. The bezel is set in from the case band, so it doesn't look quite as large. It helps to pare down the apparent mass of the watch. We have a screw-down crown and 60-meter water resistance, so this watch on the right strap is suitable for surface swimming. The watch is also secured against accidental blowout of the seals and the crystal. Why? Well, because if you are in an aircraft that explosively decompresses, the watch will suddenly find itself with a huge internal pressure differential, and these IWC Pilot's watches, even the opulent models like this one, are specially secured so that they do not lose their crystals or dismantle themselves under conditions of explosive decompression. Now, because this is the Edition Le Petit Prince, it is the watch with applique rose gold indices on the dial. So rather than the printed dial instrument aesthetic you get on a standard Big Pilot's watch, this is a little bit more lush and lavish. Of course, the Big Pilot's watch, introduced in 2002, takes after the Luftwaffe's wartime B-Uhr, which was the Beobachtungs-Uhr, an observation watch made for pilots starting in 1940. Several brands made them. IWC was one of them. If you think this is big, the original was 55 millimeters. Now, the dial here has the applique rose gold numerals, but it also has a sunburst blue base. And there are two different versions of the IWC Pilot's watches inspired by the aviator and author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. There is this one, which is Petit Prince. These have the titular literary character on the reverse side, and blue dials. And then there is the Saint-Exupéry, which features a brown bronze metallic dial. So that's the primary difference between them. Let's do a quick loom shot here. As you can see, unlike a standard Big Pilot's watch here, we don't just have the four corners and the hands. All of the numerals are luminescent, as is the power reserve hand. Now, the power reserve is sunken on the dial. The dial is sunburst metallic. The subregister features a concentric pattern, and the watch includes two subsidiary setting modes. First is stop seconds or hacking. Second is a quick set system, so you can reset the date. And of course, though the watch is automatic, you can wind it manually if you would like to see the power reserve indicator move in real time. Now, the watch is built so that there's a soft iron cage over the movement to make it more resistant to magnetism. This is important for aviators, but also for the ground-bound among us, because a lot of laptops feature powerful internal magnets for their speakers that can magnetize your watch. Here, that's less of a risk. Inside, we have IWC manufacturer caliber 51111. This is a movement descended from the original 5000 of the year 2000. 51111 is a manufacturer movement with a Peloton pawl-based winding system as envisioned by IWC watchmaker Albert Peloton in the 40s and implemented in the 1950s. It's very shock-tolerant and efficient. The watch has a 7-day power reserve. It has a 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate. It is adjusted in 5 positions, just like a chronometer, and it has a free sprung balance for better stability against shock, and a handmade overcoil hairspring. So in many positions, any position with respect to gravity, this watch will keep more regular time than a watch with a flat hairspring. The movement is enormous. At over 37 millimeters in diameter, it is one of the world's largest movements. And of course, it features 42 pivot jewels, and it is immensely complex for what is basically a 3-hand watch with a power reserve and a date. It is IWC's own and original, and it remains one of the most distinctive automatic calibers in the world, built specifically for oversized watches like the Portugueser and the Big Pilot's watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.